Greetings, Commander. My name is Major Annette Miran. I am the Chief Researcher of the Empire's Applied Toxicology Division, and acting liaison to the CI-4 incident. I feared we wouldn't be able to secure a response in a timely manner with Darth Malgus mustering forces for the war effort. I'll connect with our Zerka contact now.
Well, hello there, Major. I didn't think we'd be seeing each other again so soon. Oh, I see you brought company this time.
This is Trey Adelair, Zerka's Executive of Research and Development. He is our point of contact for this operation.
Ah, yes. I understand your confusion. The Republic nationalized Zerka Corporation, assuming ownership of all assets, properties, and most notably, outstanding debts. I, however, represent Zerka Interstellar, a legally distinct entity which, by pure coincidence, is largely comprised of the former Zerka Corporation leadership and staff.
You really are quite the devil, aren't you, Trey?
Oh, come now, Major. I was merely fulfilling my fiduciary duty. I'm certain you'd have done the same if given the opportunity. Deceived? No, not at all. They merely failed to consider their position. But our relationship with the Republic isn't why we've contacted you.
A situation has arisen on Dxun, which has escalated beyond our expectations.
Like the time at university your little hybrid cratch escaped.
Oh, my apologies. Dxun is notoriously home to some of the most vicious wildlife in the galaxy. Naturally, it was our first choice when Zerka proposed an exploration of mil-spec recombinatory genetics. Unfortunately, we failed to consider the Trandoshan variable.
Yes, the filthy animals worship a goddess of the hunt called the Scorekeeper for something they refer to as Jagannath. They're a pack of hedonistic game hunters.
In hindsight, it may seem obvious that they'd have a standing interest in Dxun and its exceptional wildlife, but...
No one in logistics ever considers cultural variables. Oh, you did read my thesis, Safala.
A bit too late, I'm afraid. This is the fourth attack on the facility. As a matter of policy, Zerka prefers to handle such matters internally. The previous attacks were repelled without incident. Quite frankly, we'd simply written them off as a nuisance. A miscalculation on our part, as it turns out.
If we cannot regain control of the facility, all of the research will be lost.
Which is why Zerka Interstellar has agreed to share the fruits of that research with the Empire, in exchange for helping to regain control of the facility.
Kill a few Trandoshans for unfettered access to Dr. Safala's work. Stop being such a tease and tell us what's really going on, Trey.
Well, it's not exactly that simple. The Trandoshans are more like the cratch that knocked the beaker off the shelf.
What Dr. Safala means to say is that our innovative creations are highly effective and now under-contained. This has complicated several things, including our vector of approach. You and your team will need to be dropped outside the facility in the jungle and advance inside through less conventional means. Our long-range sensors are registering periodic blasts, likely scattered ongoing firefights. The situation is chaotic with many unknown variables. You'll need to be adaptive and agile once on the ground. Now then, did you have any further questions? Well, Some of our simulations have suggested that Dxun's closing proximity to Onderon may result in a further escalation of the situation.
Worst case scenario, we may need to temporarily evacuate and quarantine the system.
The whole system? Well, there go my plans for an Onderonian garden. Couldn't you have mentioned that part a little earlier?
Come now, Major. What is a man without his secret? Now, if there aren't any other questions... Dr. Cephala and our Chief Engineer, Mex Brigham, will join me to provide you remote support once you're on the ground.
This research represents a significant opportunity for the Empire. I can assure you that your efforts here will not go unrewarded. Your transportation is ready and waiting. So, Nara, whatever happened to... you know...
Oh, you were right! Poor little guy burst into flames the moment we opened the tank.
Ah, ha, ha. Told you so.
Report. Long-range sensors reporting no changes. All signs suggest they've arrived undetected.
Any hope we can bypass the security systems? Not without a direct connection to a central terminal. Then we'll need to get creative. Scan for any signs of an IFF transponder. Already on it. Got a faint signal northwest of the holding pens. It's Wen Radler's ID. In a stalker den. Right. Dangerous. I hope it. Ground team, proceed with caution.
Is that... It is! Red's escaped her pen! Where's Wen?
The one with the venom? Where's the transponder?
Inside of Red, as some of us had already suspected. So we have a new problem. The anti-venom is locked inside the facility, and anyone without it, well, they'll end up like Radler.
What are our options then?
Well, there are to predict blooms nearby. It's not refined, but inhaling the spores will still block the venom temporarily. Though you'd be lucky if that protection lasted a minute.
Better than nothing. Ground team, prepare to engage. Remember, move her plant to plant.
Sensor showing a lot of movement in the jungle.
Scattered and disorganized. Those are animals. Ground team, be advised of incoming hostile wildlife.
The horde is beginning to dissipate. They were responding to Red after all.
We can contemplate the implications later. Ground team, recover Wen's ID and head to the facility.
How exactly did the badge, of all things, survive being eaten?
Well, it's quite simple, really. When you understand the environmental hazards of your handlers, you update the materials of their equipment. The badges are virtually indestructible.
Just the badges, though?
Do you have any idea how expensive those materials are? We do have a fiduciary duty to consider.
Oh, I suppose that's fair.
Problems are boxed into the pens. We'll need to shut down the coils and reboot the security system manually.
Well, that's less than ideal. Ground team, you'll want to search the area for supplies. Flares, stims, whatever you can find. We're going to be playing this by ear.
Listen carefully. Find a backup generator control terminal. Set it to secondary power load test. Next, along the opposite wall, you'll see a series of 5 breaker boxes. Open the 4th box. Now, cut the 3rd wire. Stop! 3rd from the right! Any other surprises? Mechs! Last, go to the shield control console. Shut down the B-pens, and hold on to something.
Alert! Power overload. BC-10 secondary generator. Rerouting, please. Error. Unknown grid failure.
Told you it would work.
Performing done.
Give it a few seconds. The reboot will fail too.
Alert. Containment breach. B-pens, C-pens. Grid failure. C-pens. Tactical maintenance response required.
Oh, well, you had me worried for a moment there.
Initiating adaptive security protocol. Containment. Overriding grid safety controls. Partial defense functionality restored.
She's continually cycling power to avoid blowing out what's left of the grid. Wow, this is really clever. Next!
What does any of this mean?
Sorry. You'll have to take cover while the coils are on, and run when they're not. Great. Stop and go it is. Ground team, head to the lake enclosure and make for the breach in the walkway. Quickly, get everyone in and close the walkway door. Excellent. Ready to clear. Access the control room console with Rattler's ID card.
Quite the nasty lot gathering out there.
Unknown failure. Holding pens power.
Just hold on. It'll reboot.
Restored. Scanning. Alert. Unauthorized life forms detected in control room. Initiating Warden protocol.
At least the shield is holding.
Unknown failure. Holding pens power.
Thanks for the fly. The droids are down. Use the console. Isn't that thing dying?
The mutagen is augmented Trandoshan regenerative factor!
Does that mean they're immortal?
No, of course not! Inflict a massive enough trauma all at once and it will definitely die! Just be mindful that if you fail, it will be a lot stronger when it recovers.
Transport request acknowledged. Your transport will arrive in 6 minutes. Update. Transport will be arriving in error minutes. The train is now departing. Please stand clear. Acknowledged. Your transport will arrive in 6 minutes. Update. Transport will be arriving in error minutes. The train is now departing. Please stand clear. Transport request acknowledged. Your transport will arrive in 6 minutes. Update. Transport will be arriving in error minutes. The train is now departing. Please stand clear. Transport request acknowledged. Your transport will arrive in 6 minutes. Update. Transport will be arriving in error minutes. The train is now departing. Please stand clear.
Ago. Poor thing barely even fits in that tiny pond.
Nara, now is not... Wait, that's Venom Specimen Zero. Grant him your copy. You need to kill that thing immediately.
Zerka Interstellar is proud to introduce the latest iteration of our legendary Apex Vanguard. Our evolutionary combat adaptation system performs real-time analysis of environmental challenges to deliver the ultimate predator. This model performance dramatically enhances effectiveness right from the get-go. These challengers have managed to meaningfully injure the Apex Vanguard, but nothing could be further from the truth. We call this groundbreaking innovation photogenesis. Heavy artillery fire can't be taken with this regenerative power.
You need to kill the lights immediately. Destroy the central power transformer. Then pull out the backup battery cell.
Apex Vanguard's weaponized digestive system can launch acidic gel up to 100 meters. It doesn't matter how fast they are if there's nowhere left to run. In the light, the Apex Vanguard is truly lethal at night.
Ooh!
Nara, we need a neutralizer.
Every stands in darkness enhances its strength and lethality, thanks to our patented darkness overdrive technology.
Maybe you could use the backup battery to run the equipment.
Ground team, do you copy? Move the battery to the neutralizer station as soon as possible.
Darkness the whole time. When darkness overdrive gets dangerous, plug the lights back in for a few seconds and let it subside.
Live demonstration complete. Returning to normal communication protocols.
My word, that was remarkable. How much for 10 of them?
It's still in the prototype phase, I'm afraid.
Well, surely we can arrange something. Even if it's just one.
Let's table this discussion for now. Mechs, get our cleanup teams down there ASAP. Ground team, please report back for debriefing.
Welcome back, Commander.
And may I congratulate you on a job well done.
Was that really necessary? Well, I suppose our deal was with Zerka, not Trey himself. And the Empire does owe you a huge debt. Let's just agree to not discuss this part, all right?